Alright YouTube, what is going on? Today I'm going to be doing a rebuild of a 97 Gixxer fuel pump. I already have the fuel pump off just because I wanted to get it cleaned up and ready for the rebuild, but once you get your tank off, just unbolt these two bolts back here, pull it up off the frame. You're going to have this spot, you're going to have these, I believe it's 8 bolts right there, so you just pop all those off, whole fuel pump assembly comes right out, and then you're ready to start your build. Alright, so once you got your fuel pump out, I've already broken it down to the frame just because, like I said, I wanted to get everything cleaned up and ready for the rebuild. Today I'm going to be using the Quantum fuel systems. You can get it right there, highflowfuel.com, but this is the HFP 381. This is marketed as a complete rebuild kit, so it should have everything you need for the rebuild. It comes with, obviously, new fuel pump, a new petcock, and a new gasket, which is pretty nice. Oop, and I'm dropping stuff. And then you're going to get your new gasket as well as hardware for putting it back onto your fuel tank. Tools that you will need for this rebuild: need 7mm socket and 8mm socket, which I forgot, and then either a 10mm or a Phillips head screwdriver for the screws for the petcock. And changing it out and assembly is relatively simple. Everything's pretty straightforward. So first, you're going to take this little rubber grommet. This is where your fuel filter goes. And you're going to line up these indents with the base plate. And then this hole in the fuel filter is going to sit right there. So you just take that, line it up, push that on, get that situated, make sure it's flush, and that is as far as that goes. And then for the fuel pump, pretty much going to be doing the same thing. Got these two ports and then this little, I'm assuming, alignment dowel right there. So you're just going to take that, line everything up where it needs to go, drop that on. Oh, okay. So my bracket was actually pretty bent when I took this off, so I'm just going to bend that back a little. That way it doesn't interfere with the pump. Okay, like that. Ghetto, but whatever. Alright, and then, so this little piece right here is going to be what holds your fuel pump in place. So you're just going to line up that alignment dowel right there. That drops on. Then you're going to take one of the little itty bitty screws, and then this is actually where your ground is going to go as well. So kind of keep the wire out of the way. And if I can line things up. Ah, come on. There we go. Probably be easier just to use the Phillips head. Right. Okay. Alright, make sure everything's good. Alright, and then you're just gonna snug that down. All right, all seems well. And then your power is actually, whoops, almost did that in the wrong order, but your power is going to go right here in this middle. So I'm not sure if this is the actual order but that it's supposed to go in, but this is the order that I took everything off in. You're gonna have one of these teethed washers. So that's gonna go down first, then your lead, then another little washer, and then a 7mm bolt. And again, kind of want to just have this out of the way. Spin that down. Doesn't need to be super tight. I actually just like taking the socket and just finger tightening it. So now for this part, you're going to have this piece. I tried looking it up online. I don't actually know what this piece is for, so excuse my ignorance, but this piece is actually going to go right here. You got those two slots. It's going to sit just like that, and the lead for the taller half is going to go over here to the left, and the lead for the bottom half is going to go over here to the right. So just kind of move that out of the way so you can line that up. Oh, should probably get the hardware for it. This is requiring a level of dexterity that I do not possess. Come on, stay. Okay. Okay, and then this is just gonna get screwed in like that. Go, nice and tight. And alright, I actually left one of the screws in my garage because I am the smartest man alive. So this one this is off a 97. This hardware is kind of old. The bracket's old. So these threads aren't exactly agreeable. That looks pretty secure though. I don't think that's going anywhere. Alright. So now, like I said, whoops. And then, again, follow the same pattern. Little tooth washer, lead, brush washer, and, well, that's unfortunate. Come on. Wow. Glad I got that on camera. And it's gonna go down. This one, just because of the proximity to the bracket, is a little hard to turn, so you're just gonna take again, these don't need to be super tight. I'm a mess today. All right, and that'll do it. Boom, rebuild, done. Now, just gonna put the new petcock on. Whoop. Make sure I don't lose the gasket. The only two things that I question about this kit is this petcock has this plastic filter in the center, and my old one doesn't. No, I don't. I guess that solves that issue. But I want to see if I can keep it in. Just to see if it makes a difference. And I can't because that hole won't let me. I guess that solves that. Now what I wanted to do is actually just get the bolts on enough to hold the petcock in place so I can make sure that it is that opening is aligned with the one on the pump, because I don't want to create any kind of restrictions in the flow of fuel. So that looks pretty good to me. So I'm just gonna run that down. Get those in place, and then up, and that's actually a 3/4. Okay, I'll tighten that up later. I think that's good enough for now. And there goes my socket. Come on. Alright. Good enough. Cool. And that is a complete rebuild. Now, for these bolts, when you put them back on, they're an 8mm, and the factory spec for torque is, I believe, 7 or 8 foot-pounds. It's not that much, but since it is a fuel system component, I will be torquing them down just to avoid any unnecessary complications. But yeah, that is the whole thing. The only two things I have to say about this fuel kit, it is a complete rebuild as marketed, has brand new petcock, new fuel tank washer, filter, grommet, fuel pump, everything that they say it should have. Actually, I just noticed something. This is sitting kind of weird. Whatever, it's secure. But like I said, but the only two things are that little plastic filter on the petcock, and then these 2 screws. I'm not sure what these are for because they don't fit in those 2 screws in that piece that's actually here. They don't fit here, so not exactly sure what these are for. But other than that, yeah, I mean, comes with everything you need, so that's gonna be it for this. Any questions or anything like that, go ahead and leave a comment, and hopefully I can post some videos once I get the bike up and running, and I'll see you next time.